Hey everybody, Damer and Mac here for OCR Kings, and we're just back from Jacksonville, Florida. We did our first race of the year, Spartan Sprint down there, and we're going to do a quick after action, talk about a whole bunch of things in no particular order.
Now, just throwing out some points. Usually we do our after action report right there at the venue,
Right.
but we wound up actually hanging out, because the weather in Florida was awesome.
Yeah.
And so the weather was perfect, and just hanging out with a bunch of people and kind of saying hi and just having a lot of fun.
Right, sort of jumping to the end. I mean, after the race
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yep.
You know, we saw a lot of folks down there, hung out with a lot of folks.
Yeah.
I think to me, even more so than the race, that was the coolest part.
Yeah, that was fun.
So cool. You start to see familiar faces at a lot of these races. You start to see familiar faces from people that you might have met online only, and then you see them in person. Hanging out with everybody was super cool.
Yep,
super
that was cool.
Awesome.
So thanks for looking for us,
Yep.
stopping by.
Talking,
some people
hanging
even
out.
during the race, just like, love you guys. It was like, yeah, that's cool.
Thanks for some of the free drink ticket
That's
wristbands. That was awesome too.
That's right.
Super appreciated. So totally cool. The other thing that you mentioned too was the weather.
Yeah.
You know, you might have thought if you were there, it was like overcast and it had rained the night before for the people in the super. It was a little bit more swampy and muddy. But we had just left like 25-degree temperatures. It was winter when we left.
That's right.
We landed and it was summer. It was amazing. So the weather down there I thought was stupendous.
Also, our parking spot. It was like they lined us up parking right next to where all the cars were coming in. So
Way to
we
go,
were like,
Spartan. It was,
So we were going to film right there, and you wouldn't be able to hear anything.
Spartan's parking was cool. Their after party was cool. Miller Lite, hey.
That's
You know, a normal domestic beer, you know, not
right, yeah.
microbrewery crud. That was awesome. And I have to say, I think the course itself, I thought the course was laid out very, very well.
I thought the course was cool. And if
For
you're
what
actually-
we got. Because there's more on that in a second, at least.
That's right. Well, I mean, just looking at the course map itself, the sandbag carry is actually laid out like it's in a meadow. I mean, the whole thing is flat. It was like, if you look at our elevation, it's like a 2-foot
Zero.
elevation. It's so flat, but it's actually shaped as a Spartan. So it's like, as you're carrying a sandbag, you can't tell, but if you look at the course map from the
space.
Jacksonville, yeah.
Already
That's like,
GPS.
oh, that's cool. They actually
Yeah,
have
kinda neat.
They have the Spartan helmet warrior. Their logo was mapped out, so that was kind of cool just to see them being creative with the course design.
From what we got, obstacle-wise, I thought it was very logical. It was laid out very well. The course itself was flat. Okay, I don't care. Well,
Yeah.
you know, some folks in Florida are like, well, you know, there was a BMX hill or a little... That's a hill to us. No matter where you're from, the course was flat. And I liked it. That was great.
We did South Carolina, and South Carolina had more.
Yeah, that was pretty flat, but this was...
is laughable flat.
I saw the GPS output, and it said, elevation gain, 2 feet. Now, I don't know, because the BMX track did have some up and down,
Yes, I
but
guess
they
you did
were just a
come
mound
down.
of dirt.
Yeah.
So, now, the one disappointing thing that I have to say was that we only got one new obstacle. One new for 2019, one new to us in addition that had been in other Spartan races, but I had never done before. The new one that we got for 2019 was the Helix, and the one that I've seen out there before, but we've never done, was the tire flip.
The tire flip.
That might be one of my new faves, because that's
Yeah,
a pure strength
Straight up, yeah.
obstacle.
Yep,
Pure strength.
That was cool.
It's 400 pounds for the gents. I think it's about 200 pounds for the ladies. Either way, the damn thing is freaking heavy.
Yeah.
So I like that one.
And it was like dug in the sand. You had to like excavate some hand space just.
You
to
see it in the video. I'm
start,
going,
yeah.
like, I'm trying to find a spot for my hand into the sand because it was downhill when I flipped it over the first time, and then it was like an uphill edge, and it dug in, and I'm trying to, like, excavate a little bit to get under there and throw it over. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was heavy. I definitely kind of picked it up and then kind of just put my legs in there, so now it was partially on my thighs, and then I could just take a break and reposition and throw it over.
I think we need to have a tutorial on that one.
Yeah.
I think we need to find a giant monster truck tire or something.
That's
Just
right.
wheel one off their course. Be like, thanks, Spartan.
Yep. See, we didn't do the super, so I mean, we just had life going on.
Right.
So we couldn't take the time off and fly down on Friday to be there for Saturday to do the super. So we actually flew in Saturday night and just obviously woke up, did the sprint, hung out for a while, and went to the airport and left.
Flew home. Huh?
Yep. So we would have loved to have seen at least, one more, two more new obstacles.
Right.
There were two more beater.
The 8-foot
the 8-foot box.
And what the heck else?
Yeah, that's what's called, right? Beater?
Yeah.
The
Beater, it's like a dynamic, like rolling monkey bars. We missed
spin.
that one.
Yep.
That
And a
gave
lot
some-
of people said the 8-foot box was a problem.
This one was hard, so I
what
can't
a-
wait to check that one
Yeah.
out. They also took away some of the signature obstacles that we're used to. There was no Olympus, there was no Twister, there was no Stairway to Sparta. No stairway, denied. But who knew? Like, the maps are published on, like, Thursday night. We were all booked. We're flying in 2 days.
We're already committed.
The new stuff and the signature ones that weren't there were in the super loop. So they just chopped that off
Yep.
when they closed down that course, and whatever was left in the, 3.5 mile sprint, that's what we got. So, lesson learned.
Not bad. So, Helix, cool looking obstacle.
Uh-huh.
But for those of you who haven't done it, it is nothing to worry about.
It's not hard.
I mean,
no.
there's plenty of spot for your feet. There's plenty of spot for your hands. You just can't touch the top.
Right.
Everything else, anywhere else, is fair game. There's like prison bar rungs, and then you can just grab the side. And
Sure.
It's like you can
Verts and horizontals, and you just
they're everywhere. So
we'll do a breakdown of that one too. There's plexiglass in parts that you can't touch, otherwise you'll slide off. Or I don't know if that's even allowed to touch those. There was no need to. You just hold on to one side and transition. It was cool. It looked gorgeous. It's a lovely piece
cool,
of
yeah.
engineering, but it's not.
it's not hard.
It's not what I would consider hard. They also changed up the spear throw. They had, instead of hay, they had like an archery target.
Yeah, the tennis ball now at the
Right.
end
End of the spear.
so it doesn't completely go right
Go
through
right
there.
through?
It's like a foam. Yeah, it's like
I liked it because it was all upright. Okay, when you have the 3 bales of hay, it's a very wide target. That's a huge Spartan or Persian outfit. If you throw them,
overweight Spartan.
it's like not gonna happen. This was more the size of a target, from like maybe your chin to your knees, about that size. That was cool. I like that.
Yep.
So other than that,
the spear throw was no different than how we've been throwing them
Nope.
forever. It was like
perfect.
sticks, no problem.
So the one other change, I mean, you got yours?
Yeah. So the medals.
Here's the medal. All right.
So the new, just the 2019 look.
New Spartan.
Yeah.
Not too bad. The wedge in the back. All right, the ribbon sprint. Spartan 2019. Okay, that's cool. No big deal. One change, though, that neither one of us are really fans of. No wristbands.
Yeah.
Okay.
The wristband from an old Sprint. No, they were gone. So and they switched to
The red.
the red.
The red headband.
Yeah, so it's like red, blue, and I don't know. I always throw those away.
Yeah,
See, I liked. It was like your medals are right here over your shoulder, and it was like you hang the wristband with our medals, and we hang them up, and
this, I mean, you can hang. I don't typically wear these on my head. You get the camera. It's like impossible anyway. Don't like to wear it on my neck. It's too hot. They usually turn into a wristband anyway, or they get put in a pack with the race belt. So, I mean, if you're going to do this with the number and get rid of the wristband, or you want to get rid of something, it might have been overkill to have a wristband and a headband and a medal and a T-shirt. You know what? You can find your photos just by looking for yourself and knowing your time.
yeah.
You know,
Yep.
if you need numbers on something, put numbers on the wristband. That would be cool. You know, the photographer doesn't have to sync up with your numbers. Put the numbers on the wristband. Get rid of the headbands. Okay, I thought headbands were a Tough Mudder thing anyway. So
Headbands are goofy.
get
Yeah,
rid of
it's-
those. Plus, the other thing with the wristbands, the best use for those are wiping the snots.
I like that.
Off your nose.
And it covers all like my beer ticket and my start time,
Right.
and I was like, I
Right.
just liked it. Just covered that.
So
Garbage.
I would phase these out, put the numbers on the wristband, and of course, keep this style of metal. We had one season where it was like a jagged
edge,
looked like a coin or an ancient coin. This thing is way better. So, good job on Spartan for keeping these super cool. It says on the back too, by the way, Spartan Race Push Harder finisher. Nice.
So very flat, definitely. It rained the night before, so it was like the areas that we were in, there was definitely some really muddy spots.
Sure.
And from what we were hearing from the guys who did the Super,
It was even worse.
it was way worse. So from a standpoint of location, it was like, yeah, I would definitely do it again.
Yep.
Is it frighteningly easy for a sprint and probably the Super 2? Yeah,
Maybe.
it's like-
If you're used to running hills.
I mean, it was like we've done Killington and Vernon, New Jersey, and it's like the Mountain Creek, and it was like, yeah, this is funny.
This was a good way to break into the season. It's in February. It's early on. It's nice and warm down there.
That's right.
Brush off the cobwebs,
Yeah.
get rid of some of that winter sludge, and get out there and get going. So I would do this again. And Jacksonville, plug for you guys. Holiday Inn Express. Hey, hotel experience was light years better than our South Carolina experience. Super friendly.
Exactly.
They're not paying for any of this. This is a thank you and a hats off to you, gratis. Definitely a good time. So I would go back. I would definitely go back.
Right on. And if we do, we'll definitely have to do the Super Sprint.
Yeah,
Several.
do both.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. So I don't know. That's it. That's all we got. So Jacksonville from February 24th, 2019 in the books. Our first sprint of the year. And we're going to put the Helix video up. And obviously we wanted to get the video up quicker, so the full race video is already up. So
Absolutely.
check it out
Yep.
if you haven't seen it.
those links will be in the description. And we hope to see you out there on the course. So for now, thanks for watching. Has been Damer and Mac for OCR Kings. And remember, as always, train hard, have fun.
All right. So
I was waiting for a reaction too. I got nothing. No stairway. Denied. I even did my little Wayne's World voice. Nothing. I'm gonna put crickets in the video too. Crick, crick, crick.